My name is Val. I'm a medical student with a hint of art piling around my brain. I'm young, but I'm century spoken. I'm alive, but I'm merely existing. My morning coffee is doubled and my stare is always hollow. I am not one to speak a lot. It just holds a weight of energy that I'd rather use to think instead. My private life is an underwater iceberg that sinks in silence, never spoken of. My future is a ship that looks exceptional on paper. My future is a Titanic. I can only go so far. Maybe it's time to sink and share my iceberg. I think today is a very important day for me. I have been thinking for a lot of time actually, and I finally decided on a profession for my future, and it's gonna be the first time I'm gonna share with my parents, specifically my dad, because he's the one who's most connected to me in that sense. Uh, I thought I wanted to film it to remember this memory. I'm very, I'm really excited, but equally nervous about it because I was about to come to your room in a bit because remember how I told you that I have a week this to decide after a lot of thinking, and I've took advice from different people. I've looked through it and I've seen my possibilities and what I can do with the potential I have. I really believe.
Why are you doing this to yourself? Why, after all the money we spent on you and the time you spent on yourself, this is what you want to be? Not a doctor or an engineer, but chances of succeeding in something like this are really small, and I don't want you to get disappointed of the results you get.
To dedicate myself to this. It's not like I'm just gonna enter for the sake of entering. I know this is for me. I know this is my passion. You can't just tell me that I'm not gonna succeed because you think I won't.
How can you only support your family with something like this, or even make a family? I'm really disappointed at you, and I would never support this decision.
At the end of it, I never made a decision. I just left that job for fear to do instead. Followed the curve, threw my interest in the dump, and found myself falling with it. I stopped responding to the calls of the universe, drifted into a loop that starts nowhere and takes me nowhere. And now, I was expected to meet people within a live persona. I hope by now you have a view of what this is going to be about.
Yes, I have. I know what it's about.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Start by asking, what's your age, miss?
I'm 17 years old.
We were given an assignment. I'd carry out questionnaires to inquire on the teenage behavior, the chaos of thinking they've memorized the map of existence, the turbulent mood shifts. It wasn't of importance really. I could read the lies in their answers. Too keen on leaving an impression that they just fall back with everyone else. And what feeling is endorsed within your system most of the time?
Serenity.
Serenity. Really? Can you look at me in the eye and tell me you're any different? That the collective sorrow hasn't absorbed you into its cycle? That you stand within peaceful? What do you think is a priority right now?
My education.
I think I'm annoyed because she's my counterpart. She spoke of the light that I've long stopped envisioning. She stood there as the presence to my absence. Okay, I think this wraps up the interview. Thank you for your cooperation.
May I ask you one question though? You look over this, way over and beyond it. It's like you as a person aren't even here anymore. Why are you still here? If I were you, take a step back and look at my life. It's nice meeting you.
I tried to filter her words, to neglect their presence simply because they're true. But the darker it got, the more I contemplated. These words have evoked an insomnia.
Maybe it was an omen, that's why they kept persisting. And maybe I'm supposed to listen, to allow my wind to brush me to where I'm destined, and blow the breeze on every fearful, misguided soul.
Listen, I'm not here to fight with shots, but rather to reach to an understanding of this misconception. We all have our unique roles, and to drive us into one that isn't ours is a shame to our potential. And though my passion is more valuable, I will not succumb myself to society's expectation. This is my life and my hand to craft this creation. Don't get it twisted, I'm not trying to squeeze out your worth. You dominate the hierarchy and we respect all the effort you bring forth. A doctor helped save my life and an engineer made a place for it. But I'm not ill-minded if I don't cure, I won't shatter if I don't decide to build. I'm simply motivated by what excites my soul, and it may not fit your prototype, but don't think I have a hole. I'm far from it and too close to being fulfilled. And yes, you might get better build, yes, you might have a higher income, but can the cash or the disappointment of giving the pen of your life to another author?
My name is Val, and I have found the missing U and E to my name. The U to value.